Just before we get into this video, I want to explain what Storm is because I didn't explain it while I was talking about the deck. So, for all you guys who don't know what Storm is a deck which is basically a combo. So what you want to do is get like a Goblin Electromancer down, which cheapens your spells, and then keep casting spells that draw you cards until you get this card called Grape Shot, which says every card you've cast before this, like every spell you've cast before this, it does 1 more damage. So you cast lots of spells like Serum Visions and Gitaxian Probe, and then you cast spells like Pyretic Ritual to get more mana into your mana pool without having actually to place mana. And then you get lots of more mana, lots more spells, which adds to your Storm count, which is how many spells you cast. And then eventually you cast Grape Shot. Grape Shot, as I said, so you've cast like 19 spells, you cast Grape Shot and it does 19 damage. Or you've cast like 21 spells, it does 21 damage. So that's basically what you have to do in Storm, so let's get straight into the deck tech here. Hey, what is up guys, it's the Deck Tech back here for another Deck Tech, and today it's going to be Storm, Modern Storm. My Storm deck is sort of different from other Storm decks since I use a couple different things than normal ones. So this is my take on the Storm deck. It's pretty cheap, around $150 to $200 in Australian. So what I want to do is just like get you through this, and this is a different one, so as you know. So first of all, we're going to have 4 Gitaxian Probes. It's basically just a normal thing that you need in any Storm deck. Gitaxian Probes are pretty essential. They're 0 mana, you can pay 2 life for them, and look at someone's hand and draw a card. You always want to draw lots of cards in Storm deck. Now, here comes my little touch in this sort of Storm deck. I actually played 2 Simian Spirit Guides. I played 2 Simian Spirit Guides over 1 land and 1 Pyromancer's Ascension, as I'll show you further into this video. But you don't have to do this. You can put in an extra Pyromancer's Ascension and an extra land if you want, but this is just sort of my preference since they can be used as lands, and they can get you things like Goblin Electromancers on turn 1, or start going like with your Storm on turn 2. So it's pretty good. Now here we have Serum Visions. Serum Visions is a bit of an expensive card, but it has dropped from the Conspiracy set now, so it's only about $2, so you could probably get these, but if you don't want to get them, you can use this card called Peak instead, which is basically like Gitaxian Probe, but for 1 mana, you have to pay 1 mana. I use Peak over Thought Scour anyway, because I don't have Thought Scour, so I just use Peak. But if you have Thought Scours and don't want to get the Serum Visions, just use that. Just use Peak over Serum Visions, it should be fine. We also play 4 Faithless Looting. This is just a good card to play on turn 1 over Serum Visions as a Peak if you have it in your hand. Just get some cards in the graveyard for Past in Flames and also draw 2. So that's a pretty good card just to have in your deck. Okay, now we'll pass the 1-drops. We got 4 Goblin Electromancers. These are just to help your spells cost less. Of course, every Storm deck needs Goblin Electromancer. Also, along with Goblin Electromancer, Pyromancer's Ascension. Pyromancer's Ascension says, every time you cast a spell that's already in your graveyard, it gets 1 counter. So whenever it has 2 counters, your spell doubles. So say you cast a Serum Vision, you draw a card, scry 2. Then you draw a card again, and scry 2 again. So that's how Pyromancer's Ascension works. So if you have one of them out, if you have a Goblin Electromancer or a Pyromancer's Ascension out on the board, you sort of need at least one to get your Storm going, because it helps like make them cheaper or double them up. So these cards are essential, you can't take them out for anything else. Now we're going into the sort of mana spells that give you mana to get up to Storm. So we have Pyromancer's Ascension and Desperate Ritual. These are simple, just you pay 2 to get 3, and if you have Pyromancer's Ascension down Goblin Electromancer, you can pay 1 with Goblin Electromancer to get 3 mana, or you can pay 2 still with Pyromancer's Ascension to get 6. So these are essential, keep these in. Also along with Manamorphose. Manamorphose, great card. Pay 2, draw a card, and get 2 mana. It's a free spell, and you can even pay 1 with Goblin Electromancer. Great cards, awesome. In more of the 2-drops, we have 4 Desperate Ravings. Desperate Ravings is also a great card, and I forgot to say about the Faithless Looting. That Faithless Looting also has Flashback, and so does Desperate Ravings. Desperate Ravings is 2 mana, you draw a card, well you draw 2 cards, and you discard 1 at random in your hand. So, and it also has Flashback, which is good if you're in a sticky situation where you don't have any more draw cards in your hand. It can save you Flashback. So that's really great for the deck, because Flashback, you know, with Past in Flames and stuff, which I'll be showing soon, it just really helps to get some of that boost if you don't have anything in your hand. Now on to the Storm card itself, Grape Shot. I've already said this in the start of the video, what it does, so it's basically self-explanatory. as well, not really self-explanatory by the card. Grape Shot doesn't really tell you anything. But Storm, how many cards you've cast before. This card, it deals that much damage to the target player, and also it doesn't actually just deal that much damage. It makes that many copies of the card, so you can target different things. Like, you can target like 10 damage to this creature, and like 5 damage to another, and then 5 damage to that player, or just spread it out. So that's why Grape Shot is actually really great in this deck. It's better than things like Banefire and stuff, because you could use Banefire by getting lots of mana up with Desperate Ravings and Pyretic Ritual and like blasting them like that. But Grape Shot just spreads it out, so if they try to counter Grape Shot, they can only counter 1 copy, so they've still got like another 19 copies hitting them. So it's a great card, absolutely love it. Here we have Past in Flames. Past in Flames is a 4-mana card, and all instants and sorcery cards in your graveyard get flashback until end of turn. This is great because this completely shuts down mill decks, and it really helps your deck since you're discarding with cards like Desperate Ravings and Faithless Looting, stuff like that. And it also has flashback for 5, but you usually be paying flashback for 4 if you have to, or the normal cost for 3. Because you'll have a Goblin Electromancer down most of the time. This card you have to have. Don't change it out for anything. You need that card to save me so many times, and as I said, shuts down mill decks completely. Now onto the amazing land base. We have 4 Shivan Reaves. Pretty simple, just 4 Shivan Reaves. These are a bit more expensive. Sulphur Falls, 3 of them. I couldn't get a 4th. So they're a bit more expensive, about 10 bucks each, but if you can't get them, just change them out for some more basics, as we got here. So basically just 4 mountains and 4 islands. So basically here I'm just showing what the ideal hand would be and how to go about it. So what we do is we put down an island and exile Simian Spirit Guide and put down Goblin Electromancer turn 1. So the mountain and island up in the corner are just indicating the mana, so like how much I get from casting cards like this one. Desperate Ritual, we cast it for 1 since we have a Goblin Electromancer down. So we've cast that adds 1 to our Storm. And it also adds 3 to our red, as you can see up there. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to cast a second Desperate Ritual with our red mana we just got from the first one. So now we go up to 5 red, and we've got still an island down here. So we've technically got 6 mana on turn 2. So now what we're going to do with that is we're going to bring it down to 1 and cast a Manamorphose. Manamorphose will allow us to get an extra 2 blue. So now we've got 7 mana actually, and we've got 3 blue, and now we draw. So that's a pretty lucky draw if you get something like a Past in Flames, because now we can cast that Past in Flames to bring back all the stuff we just did. So now our Storm is on 3, now 4. We've got 4 Storm now, and if we cast all these again, we go up to 7 Storm. And we get lots more mana, do that, get to draw again. So we get a peak, and then we cast the peak, and you keep on going and going until you eventually get Grape Shot or Storm. So thank you guys, and there we go, Grape Shot. Thank you guys for watching. This has been the Deck Tech. Hopefully you enjoyed this deck and you play it just as much as I do. I love Storm, and hopefully you guys do too. So thank you for watching, and again, this is the Deck Tech signing out.